The reason I think that protein is more satiating than other macros is because we do have a lot of evidence in the medical literature that the higher protein percentage of your diet, the less energy you're going to eat. It appears to be nearly linear within certain percentage ranges. The higher the protein percentage, the less food you're going to eat. And we have studies that replicate this in a bunch of different animals. I mean, I'm a big fan of Professors Raubenheimer and Simpson, these two guys from Australia who came up with the protein leverage hypothesis about a decade ago. And these guys have protein leverage models in everything from insects to fish to, rats and humans and all sorts of animals. And it really seems to be a pretty well conserved phenomenon that the more protein you eat, the less energy you're going to eat, and vice versa, at least within a certain range. And then what I'm really trying to do is zoom way, 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 way out and look at the big picture. And the way I think about it is you're really eating to get a couple of things. First of all, you're eating to get protein and minerals, get enough nutrients, which is protein and minerals, get enough energy, which is the carbon-carbon bonds of carbs and fats, and then avoid toxins, hopefully. And then if you look at the really, really big picture, there's only two reasons why anyone would overeat. And that is because they need to eat more because they didn't get enough protein and minerals, or they want to eat more because they get some sort of reward, intrinsic reward or dopamine release from eating more energy. And in fact, that's kind of how it breaks down, right? With the protein leverage model, you have to eat more because if you're eating, food that's 10% protein, you have to massively overeat energy to get enough protein and minerals. So on one hand, obesity is being pushed forward by people having to eat more because they have a protein and mineral dilution in their food. And on the other hand, it's being pulled forward by people wanting to eat more, which is this hyperphagia of high energy density carbs and fats mixed together. Your donuts and your pizza and your ice cream and all these carb plus fat, high energy density things that just light up our brain because it's very rewarding to eat that much energy, So that's kind of the way I'm looking at it. And the protein energy ratio sort of checks both of the boxes. You know what I mean? When you're maximizing protein, you're going out of your way to get all this protein and minerals and make sure you hit nutrient satiety without overeating energy. And then you're also avoiding these really high energy density foods, which is mostly carb and fat together with little protein. And so I kind of came up with this model as a way it would be a single metric that would let you avoid kind of both of those things, the needing to overeat energy and the wanting to overeat energy at the same time.
Right. So you saw these studies and the research showed that people ate less afterwards when they had more protein in the diet. Is that right?
Well, one of the things that Rappenheimer and Simpson did is they did this huge meta-analysis of like 130 studies where humans ate ad lib. They just ate as much as they wanted, but somebody tracked all their macros. And then they went and graphed out how much energy they ate based on the protein percentage. And they had this extremely narrow line, this perfectly linear line of humans eating the same amount of protein over and over and over and over again, and then the amount of energy they ate going up or down by almost an order of magnitude based on whether it was low protein food or high protein food. In other words, it appears that you're just eating to get enough protein and then you stop eating. If you're eating an insanely high protein food, you're going to eat way less energy. And if you're eating an energy dilute food, you can eat the same amount of protein and you're going to massively overeat energy. And this seems to work in animal models as well. There's this level of protein, very low-ish, where omnivore mammals just will overeat the hell out of that stuff, mostly because they have to. It's a little bit of a U-shaped curve, though. At extremely high protein intakes, energy intakes very low. At 50% protein diet, every omnivore animal is eating very, very little energy.